Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of boys high school basketball. A Northwest Suburban Conference showdown as the Spring Lake Park Panthers come to the Cardinals' nest. Joe Young joined by Bill Hupp for tonight's contest. And Bill, a team in Spring Lake Park that comes in a little bit over the 500 mark, but struggling at this point in the season and looking for a catalyst and a strong finish to the schedule.
Yeah, they've lost 4 of their last 5, and in talking to Oliver Major, their head coach, before the game, he just talked about the need for consistency. A couple of their scorers have been down lately, now that teams know how to target them. So it's just about consistency, but if their top scorers are shooting it well and scoring, they're a tough team to beat.
And for the flip side, Cardinals, this is their last home game of the season, and it is a game that they come in with a little bit of momentum, got a couple of wins over the weekend, and looking to try and capitalize on the Panthers' cold stretch and hopefully keep their hot streak going as well. They know they need to hit shots, but they also need to stop a team that's going to, like most teams, have a big size advantage, and up front they are led by a guy that scores over 26 a game.
Yeah, Nolan Myron, Bemidji State commit, and one of the best scorers in the state. He's scored over 30.6 times this year, and he's incredibly consistent. He's scored at least 20 in every single game, and so he will certainly have to be the main man that Coon Rapids stops tonight. And he's a big one too at 6'5".
And for the Cardinals, it is a special night because it's the final time at Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse. It's senior night, and we're going to isolate all 5 of the Cardinals seniors. They have all played a big role. Cody DeGogo, Mr. Hustle, Mr. Everything. Imran Mohammed has come on strong the second half especially. Jaden Ekwe, their size in the middle. Kirby Wymore. And then finally, you have Connor Young, who has been playing varsity minutes since his freshman year. That's a pretty solid senior class the Cardinals will be losing, and they're hoping that they can lead the way tonight and maybe get themselves their second conference win of the season.
Yeah, it would be wonderful if they could finish on a winning note. Their seniors lead the team, and they've played a lot of minutes, like you said, with guys like Connor Young, and so they're hoping to go out. They're hoping to ride the momentum that they've built this last weekend, and enter postseason play feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough task to hoe, for sure. A very tall, very talented Spring Lake Park Panther team on the other bench. Cardinals and the Panthers take the court next on CTN. Fieldhouse just about ready to tip it off between the Cardinals and the Panthers. Aaron Jepson, the man in the middle for Spring Lake Park, standing 6'10". Jaden Ekwe listed at 6'6".
Get out of your seat. Get on your feet. It's tip-off time.
And Jepson able to get up a little bit higher, not shockingly. So first possession to Spring Lake Park. And a slip by Cal Spencer, a turnover by the Panthers.
Cal Spencer is a guy that previous 2 games before these last 2, he'd scored 23 and 22 points respectively, but his last couple games he's been pressing and held to a combined 6 points over his last 2 games.
Ekwe drives, shot won't go. The rebound underneath by Aiden Lowry. Trying to push it quickly, and Jepson's pass out of the reach of Roach, out of play.
Couple early turnovers for Spring Lake Park. And their coach, Oliver Major, just talked about the need for consistency. And I feel like that's a problem that plagues a lot of high school teams. The nature of high school kids.
I was going to say, no matter how good, bad, or indifferent your team may be, one thing never changes. They are always high school kids. And that means things can change dramatically from one day to the next. Nolan Myron working against Imran Mohammed. Good feed underneath. Unable to do anything with it. Lowry kicks it out for three. That's off the mark for Spencer. Rebound tipped around. Ekwe goes to the floor after it. A scramble throwing it up is Lowry. Retained by the Panthers. In traffic, it got away from Lowry. Kirby Wymore will get it up court for the Cardinals. Cody DeGogo steps into a three-point shot. That won't fall. The rebound by Jepson underneath.
I have a feeling the offensive rebounding is not going to be hugely successful today for Coon Rapids, so they got to make it count when they get that first shot.
Jepson down low, able to turn and score over Ekwe. First points of the ball game. Good steal by Aiden Lowry. Gets it ahead for Myron, but it didn't fall. Muhammad has the rebound, and he turns up court for the Cardinals. He'll blow right past Lowry on the right side, but misses the layup. Quickly back the other way. Nolan Roach stops up. Kicks it back for Cal Spencer. Hands off there for Myron. Myron drives, throws it up top. Three-point look for Roach is good.
That's great basketball from Spring Lake Park. The drive and the kick to the wing, and then the extra pass to the corner, and Roach able to bury.
Wymore creating room off the dribble, too much off the glass. An easy rebound by Jepson. A couple of passes down court. Myron pumps, waits for the block attempt to go by, and then drains the three-pointer. It's an 8-0 lead.
Yeah, not the start Coon Rapids wanted. They haven't been able to finish at the rim, and meanwhile they're given wide open looks from three-point territory, and the Panthers have been good from there so far.
And that has been possibly their greatest struggle this season, the Cardinals. Getting the looks, but not being able to get them to fall. Foul underneath. It's going to go against Jepson.
Yeah,
on the rebound attempt.
You see here the extra pass, the defense rotates late, and not a lot you can do. And then right there, just allowing the defender in Connor Young to blow by.
Three-point chance for Kirby is off the mark. Another rebound by Jepson. Spencer pulls up from the free throw line and hits it. 10-0 run to start the scoring for Spring Lake Park. Early timeout for the home team.
Yeah, about as good a start as Oliver Major could have drawn up, and conversely, not the one that Mike Ogorek wanted. Spencer's been struggling with his shot lately as he's been identified as a player that has to be stopped. And so his scoring average per game is down to 14.2. His confidence with his shot is kind of low, but if he can get a few to fall, that opens up another scoring avenue for Spring Lake Park. And with a guy like Jepson down low and some of the other size they have, it's going to be tough for the Cardinals to rebound tonight. But Joe, like you talked about, they just the scoring. Sometimes they've just gone on these extended droughts this year, and unfortunately they've started this game in one.
Well, in Spring Lake Park, 4 baskets from 4 different players, getting everybody the feel early. Little full court pressure. Man defense. Imran Mohammed spots the trap, looks it off, leaves it for Jaden Ekwe. Across, Wymore, long three. That's off the mark. Rebound tracked down by Spencer. Fronted to Gogo. He runs the floor. Cody able to tip it free. Connor Young across for Wymore. Pumps the three-pointer. Drives. High floater is good over the top of Myron.
That's about the only way the diminutive player could score, as Wymore with a nice touch to just get that floater to go.
Strong drive to the basket by Lowry for 2. And now all 5 starters have scored for Spring Lake Park.
The danger for Coon Rapids is that they start settling for outside jumpers, being too afraid to attack the rim against this size. They got to continue to drive the basketball and take the open threes when they're there.
DeGogo drives, gets the contact, will go to line to shoot 2.
Spring Lake Park 12-10 on the season, 7th in the Northwest Suburban Conference, as you see Spencer getting DeGogo on the arm there. But they've lost 4 of their last 5. And so, like I said, talking to Oliver Major before the game, they just are looking for that consistency as DeGogo drains the first. It is kind of amazing the lack of size on this Coon Rapids roster, Joe.
Well, you can't coach size.
No.
So, and I tell you what, all of these guys have compete levels that are way larger than their physical size you would think. They're used to playing as the very undersized team. They know how to create room, they know how to draw fouls, and if they can get teams in foul trouble, then all of a sudden that size is leveled off a bit.
Speaking of foul trouble, already the second personal on the starting center, Aaron Jepson. So no problem, they go to the bench for a 6'6" kid.
Right.
But that is critical, and now that's a player that Coon Rapids can attack. Yeah, not having seen Coon Rapids admittedly a ton this year, Joe, it does seem like they play really hard, and I wouldn't expect anything less from a Mike Ogorek coach team.
Muhammad rims out on the first one. Jepson visibly upset with himself for taking that second foul. Replaced by James Pelkey. Hard off the back iron. Strong rebound by Roach in the middle. Spencer will bring it up. Watched by Wymore as he reaches midcourt. Hands it off for Myron there.
Wymore looks like he's a pretty good defender as well.
Good on the left hand for Myron, getting around Ekwe for 2. Back to a 10-point lead.
Well, you know he's going to get his. Myron, a kid that has a season-high 40 and has scored over 30 points in a game 6 times.
And has not been held beneath 20. That is maybe the most impressive statistic for Nolan Myron. A little shuffle of the feet from Ekwe. Aiden Crooks checks in.
Yeah, it's a pretty senior-heavy team, this Coon Rapids group.
Myron finds room in the middle, leaves it just short. Ekwe couldn't secure it. Pelkey got the rebound, goes right back at him. It's blocked away out of bounds.
Good defense there, just going straight up and down, moving his feet, and staying big.
Pelkey in the low post, over Crooks. Bit of a mismatch, takes advantage.
I'm impressed with the post footwork of Spring Lake Park. Fundamentally sound using the glass down low.
DeGogo runs baseline, reverse layup is good. Myron puts it on the floor, right side, stops up. Up top for Lowry. Lowry take it himself and scores in traffic.
Spring Lake Park taking it to the smaller Coon Rapids team.
3 points for Wymore is good.
Well, if there's a guy who's going to be able to match Myron on the scoreboard, it's going to be Wymore. And they need his offense.
A ton of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Into the middle, Roach kicks it back out. Myron up top now. On the floor against Crooks, kicks it back out. Roach for three, that won't go. Wymore has the rebound in front of Pelkey, and will take it to the other end.
Always has his head up on the dribble, looking for the pass or an angle to attack.
Gets through, drops it off for Ekwe.
Nice
In
footwork.
traffic, able to score underneath.
Beautiful footwork by the big man. 6'6", kind of had to dance around a couple defenders to get that layup to go, and the Cardinal are within 7.
Right side, Spencer down low. Lowry defended well by Wymore, forces the turnover. Aiden Crooks back to the other end. Connor Young to the paint, out for Jaden Ekwe. Left side.
Cardinals don't go deep in the shot clock too often, do they?
No. Three-pointer by Crooks, or by DeGogo rather, off the mark. Wymore nearly had a hand on the pass, but he got through to Roach. He bullies his way past Kirby, gets the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Not much that that Kirby could have done there. I mean, he slid his feet, he stayed with him. But Roach, quarterback of the state champion football team for this Spring Lake Park school, just a little more physical. That's why you notice some of the kids, including one just about to check in with kind of the frosted tips look that's left over from when they made their state championship run in November. That or they're really into boy bands. I'm not sure.
Nardin Muhammad getting his first minutes of the ball game for Coon Rapids. Mentioned Colin Welch checking in. Jacob DePoint waiting his turn at the scorer's table. And as Roach hits the free throw, gets him into the ball game. .2011 the lead, 9:44 to go in this first half. Nardin Muhammad bring it across midcourt, left side, Young into the corner. Crooks finds the baseline, no way to get out of it. Tipped away out of bounds by Lowry. Cardinals keep it.
Cardinals do seem like they're willing to share the basketball. They move it pretty well.
Well, you have to when you got 5 guys on the floor right now, 5'10" or less. You have to use speed, you have to be able to pass. You've got to be able to do all the other things.
Nice pass.
What a look. Nardin Muhammad, an acrobatic bend behind the back to make it. Give it just enough to fall home.
Now the crowd getting some juice as the Cardinals have put things together offensively, at least in the last 5 minutes.
But a little extra pressure defensively left Lowry alone underneath, and he scores easily.
Yeah, you got to be able to make stops, though. And I just don't, it's going to be tough for Coon Rapids to keep SLP out of the paint.
Crooks down low, runs into traffic, kicks it back out. Muhammad for 3. That's not going to go. Rebound tipped. Controlled by Lowry. He lost his pants as he turned it back over. Then Muhammad left his shot short.
I've never seen that before. That's fighting out for a box out right there. Or should I say a boxer out.
3-pointer for Lowry is in and out. Comes right back to him. He battles through the paint, but he's fouled before the shot.
Getting some guff from his teammates.
Well, you got to have a chuckle over that for sure.
Yeah.
Sawyer Thompson. In for Spring Lake Park. Inbound got past Pelkey, scooped up by Thompson. Up top it goes, Nolan Myron. Surveying the seat, driving left side, hangs, can't get it to go. Got his own rebound and put it home.
Sawyer Thompson, much more of a football player than a basketball player. His brother is an all-MIAC guard for Bethel. Excellent scorer, averaged 25 a game his senior year for Spring Lake Park.
Kirby can't find any room, backs away. Good pressure defensively from DuPointe. Continues to attack. The block away by Nolan Myron on the three-point attempt from Connor Young.
Yeah, DuPointe's doing what you want for your backup point guard off the bench. He's coming in and bothering the lead guard. Wymore's a tough kid to stay with.
Young's inbound. Ekwe up top, fires it at the rim with the time clock getting low. Came right back off the backboard to Welch. Welch's pass deflected, gets through and recovered by Thompson. Thompson left side, pump fake by Welch. He drives the paint. He can't get the shot to go. Pelkey recovers in the middle. He's in traffic. Poke free and recovered by Kirby Wymore. Wymore trying to find some room. Right side, nothing there. Back up top, Imran Mohammed will drive. Fired up, it won't go. Ekwe's follow didn't fall either. Panthers able to tip it free on the run. Welch will slow it down right side.
This game's getting a little ragged, getting a little pacey, and the refs letting them play.
Thompson down low, trying to sneak it in underneath to Pelkey. And instead, the Panthers turn it over with 6:26 to go, first half.
Joe, in your opinion, how much has the shot clock changed things, if at all? Or
I think it really, I don't think it really has affected either of the Cardinal teams, per se. Both of the Cardinal teams and programs, for the most part, want to play a faster tempo, end-to-end transition basketball game. So I don't think it's changed a lot. Now, there was a year way back when, back in my day, there was a kid played for Blaine by the name of Patrick Bryant who was 7'1", and around him the Bengals had a pretty good team. Cody DeGogo, a nice little hanger in the middle. They were heavily favored in the playoff game, and in order to try and limit the damage that he could do, Cody DeGogo pokes it free, gets a steal, drives, and it won't fall. Panthers have the rebound. They decided to hold the ball, and I think it was 10-8 at the half.
Oh my!
Of a section basketball game. Now this was called timeout as they were in danger of being trapped in the back court. 10-second violation approaching.
This was Coon Rapids against Blaine?
Yes.
Okay.
Patrick O'Brien.
They four-cornered it, huh?
Yeah, it was a strategy that
sure fans did not like it.
I tell you, it tested you as a broadcaster to find things to talk about when you only had one shot per minute and a half of basketball.
Ugh. Yeah, that sounds painful.
It was not entertaining, but it was done with a purpose, and it nearly paid off. Ultimately, it did not. Patrick O'Brien and the Bengals went to state that year. And I want to say we did that game, their first round, down at the University of Minnesota. And they played, is it Chris Humphreys and Hopkins?
And Minnetonka?
No, it was Minnetonka that he played. Or it was somebody else? It was somebody else that was a really good, outstanding
remember.
Basketball player, and I can't remember who that was. Until just a couple years ago, that was the only state basketball game we had ever done.
Well, I'm trying to remember. Did Patrick O'Brien go on and play for Bradley?
That could be. He definitely played college ball at least.
Yeah. So I know I've heard the name. I'm guessing Wymore rarely comes out.
He's got a motor that doesn't stop, much like Cody, wake me up before you to go-go. Muhammad fouled underneath. That's going to go against Lowry. That'll be his first. Team's fourth.
It looked like it was maybe clean. Yeah, it looked clean, but Lowry certainly thought so. But sometimes the action itself, when you come down with your arm, you'll get that call no matter, even if you make contact, because it just looks rather violent.
Muhammad, it's 1 of 2. Rebound by Sawyer Thompson. 10-point lead for the Panthers. Thompson lowers his shoulder, but he's going to get the basket and the foul. Muhammad can't believe it wasn't a charge.
Muhammad looked like he had been camped there for an age, but I didn't know if maybe he was in the restricted area, I suppose. I don't know. I think it could have been a charge. He certainly beat him to the spot. Maybe it was that was sort of a glancing. He kind of got into the side of him a little bit, but good hit ahead.
Three-pointer for Wymore is good. That's how you answer.
Wymore is fun in like a Steph Curry kind of way. That was an off-balance three in transition. That's something you see now that you didn't used to see, is transition threes.
Three-point look for Spencer won't go. The rebound by Lowry. Hands it off to Thompson. Myron for three. He does knock it down.
Yeah, you can see why this Spring Lake Park team regularly scores 75 plus.
Foul's going to be called against Nolan Roach.
Who is incredulous.
And Coach Major wants an explanation as well.
I love that even the refs and coaches do the old mouth covering, just in case there are any lip readers on CTN.
Imran Muhammad bumped, and the foul's going to be called against Myron. The whistles work.
Quickly entering bonus territory. The next one will be a 1-and-1.
Nolan Myron already 10 points tonight. Kirby leading the Cardinals with 8. Cody DeGogo has 6. Three-pointer is tipped quickly down court. All alone, Roach behind the defense scores easily.
That was normally you see a kind of a looping hit ahead pass. That one was fired on a rope. Good look there.
And a steal from Sawyer Thompson. Hands it off to Spencer, who drives and scores. Timeout, Coon Rapids.
Yeah, and these are just live ball turnovers, Joe, that are leading to easy baskets in transition. And, you know, this team is hard enough to guard in the half court. But when you're disorganized defensively, right there, for example, you know, Muhammad's just got to stay with his man instead of leaving him to help out and dig down on another player, because he was contained. But then helping out led to Sawyer backdooring him, and it led to an easy layup for the Panthers.
Well, if anyone's having trouble sleeping tonight, I am told that Neil Highlights Hennon, listening to our broadcast, has located the game against Patrick O'Brien and the Blaine Bengals in the section, as in loaded it up to our YouTube page. So if you need trouble sleeping,
wow,
pull that bad boy up from 2004 and
get a broadcasting masterclass.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know about it. Definitely not that. But a game like very few others. I don't remember the final score, but again, it was 10-8, you know, 12-10, something like that.
Do you remember where the game was played?
I believe it was played at Blaine.
Okay. And final was
29-12. Look at that. I'm getting all these answers in my ear. That's highlights Hennon for you. Relaying through the truck. He's not even working tonight. Naradin Muhammad throws it over the top. Okay, he is in the truck. My mistake.
See, the problem with bad shots on the other end or out of control shots is they can lead to fast breaks the other way and easy scoring opportunities.
Myron finds room for another three. This one won't fall. Imran Mohammed the rebound. Blast past everybody. Myron recovers, gets the block out of bounds. He does a little bit of everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's a live wire for sure. And you could see him. He knew the intention of Mohammed was to drive that all the way. Just a little hesitation dribble there, and he met him basically at the corner of the basket.
Spinning to the left is Kirby Wymore. He drops to the J.
Well, that's about as pretty and smooth a move as you'll see at the high school level. He is just a jitterbug. It's awesome.
We did our preseason interviews with the captains, and I said, what do you look forward to most this year? He said, being the number one option. I don't want to have to wait for Connor or for Jackson, which is Connor's older brother, who left here last year after becoming the career points leader. And Kirby this year has set a new record for three-pointers in a season. Quick drive end-to-end for Cal Spencer. Pushes the lead to 18.
Yeah, and you can see he wants that responsibility. He's a gamer, Kirby Wymore, and so I think he told you he embraced that, the number one scoring option.
Imran Mohammed trying to spin around. Myron draws the foul. Myron pleading his case that Muhammad hooked him. That's number 2 on Nolan Myron.
He did, but I still think it was a foul. Myron now with 2, along with their starting center, Aaron Jepson. So 7 team fouls. Bonus the rest of the way for Coon Rapids.
Muhammad able to hit them both.
And I'll be doing my best Howie impression, talking to Coach Agoric at halftime.
Spencer kicks it out for Welch. Welch back to Spencer to go. Got a piece of the pass, knocked it out of bounds. Exactly 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
DeGogo, another one that just is everywhere.
Cody
and has
is
a motor.
Wow, is that kid fun to watch. 3-sport athlete.
Football?
Football.
Okay.
Captain football. I think he's a tri-captain. He was captain for football. He's captain for basketball. He's probably going to be a track captain. But you want to talk about a spark plug kind of guy, Cody DeGogo.
He just looks like he'd be awesome at the 2 and the 400.
Does everything away from the ball.
Yeah, he reads the game well.
He, isn't putting up double digits per night, but he is in every other category one of the Cardinals' top guys because he's everywhere, doing everything. He's like the Swiss Army knife. Three-pointer won't go for Lowry. Long rebound by Aiden Crooks. And Cody off the delay. Shot won't fall. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be Panther ball, 1:39 to play.
He really likes that crab dribble, using his upper body strength to get to the rim.
Welch into the front court, poked away by DeGogo. He's able to recover, find Spencer in the corner for 3.
Yeah, when they can get those guys kind of lined up around the perimeter and then that drive and kick, if they're hitting, it can be deadly. Had to be some kind of call.
DeGogo for 3. That's off the mark. Long rebound. Out of bounds. It'll be Panther ball.
Of course, someone named Cody DeGogo would have a good motor. Wymore pleading his case with the officials.
Driving is Welch. Down low. Lowry kicks it back out. Up top. 3-pointer for DuPont. Won't go. Foul underneath. Going to be called. Looks like against James Pelkey. Nope. It's going to go against Aiden Lowry. Oh, no, they're calling it against Cody DeGogo. That's number 2 against Cody. Appeared to be a foul against Spring Lake Park, and then Coach Major was confused as to, sure it was number 5 because Lowry was like in the backcourt. He said, no, it's black number 5. So DeGogo comes out for the final 30 seconds here in traffic. Lowry didn't get a call. This one ends up out of bounds. It was off the foot of Hayden Crooks. Okay. That was when the foul got called, but I didn't see Cody anywhere near anybody. So I'm not sure what they called. Long 3-pointer by Spencer to avoid the shot clock. Aiden Crooks thought he had a clean block from behind, but instead it's a foul, and it's going to put Jacob DuPont at the free throw line. Much like the one at the other end that put Imran Mohammed at the free throw line. Pretty clean block, but too much of the head on the follow through. DuPont able to hit them both. Final 10 seconds, Aiden Crooks. And Wymore is going to be called away from the ball for an offensive foul, and that'll be his second personal of this first half. A little sloppiness both ways at the end of this first half, and it's allowed Spring Lake Park to open up their lead a bit. 3-pointer at the buzzer is off the mark for Colin Welch. But fluctuating first half for the Coon Rapids Cardinals as they saw Spring Lake Park jump to a big lead early. They were able to climb back in a bit, and only to see it separate again at the end with some questionable foul calls as well. And down on the sidelines with our Bill Hupp is head coach Mike Gorick. Bill?
At the half, defensively, what do you have to shore up in the second half?
Oh, we are shooting, like, shout out to my daughter's third grade team, right? Saw them this weekend. If we shot the percentage we're shooting against a third grade group, we would be struggling defensively against a third grade group because your first pass in defense is a missed shot or a turnover. We're taking care of the ball okay. Our turnover number is not high, but offensively, we've had so many good opportunities inside, and we haven't been able to convert them. We've got to be shooting in the low 20s right now in this half, and that's just killing us. And so that's, it impacts your morale defensively, but it also just impacts when someone's stuck under the net on a miss, they're playing 5-on-4. I think they have a better pace than we do. Also helps that we're not making shots and they are. But I think it starts honestly with offense. We need to be able to convert and make shots and that will allow our defense to be set up and ready.
Is part of the making shots process choosing better shots in the first place?
Sure, I think part of it is, sure. I mean, sometimes we look as lost as last year's Easter eggs out there, you know, like stuff we should know, when the cut, when the move, we're sort of slow to go. And so that also leads at times to some poor shot selection because we got nowhere to go with it. But still, even through that early on, like, we had still opportunities and we just really, really struggled to finish. And like, I mean, our guys are capable of converting on these. We've been shooting a lot better lately, but not tonight so far.
Good luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Joe, back to you.
All right, we will take a break. Be back with much more after this. You're watching Boys High School Basketball live on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handycams and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then two noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So sports nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And sports nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Bill Hupp back here at Coon Rapids High School with the Cardinals trailing by 21, 44-23 to Spring Lake Park, and I'm with Panthers head coach Oliver Major. And Coach, as far as offensive efficiency, you couldn't have asked for much more from your team in that first half.
Yeah, I really like how we're sharing it. You know, we're moving it really well, and then that's at the same time we're really crashing the offensive glass when we're missing. So when we're missing, we're getting those nice second, third opportunities, and then thirdly, we're really pushing it really well off of Coon Rapids' misses. So it's been really good for us to get out of our little slump, if you will.
When you have such a size advantage, is it tempting to just want to pound it inside? You guys have done a nice job of mixing drive and kick, but also pounding them in the paint.
Yeah, our motto is attack the paint on offense. So whether that be dribble drive or getting into one of our big guys, then that's what we want to do. We want to get the paint first, and then that will open up everything for those outside guys that can make those shots.
Speaking of packing the paint, they like to attack, and they have some speed at the guard position. How do you keep them contained off the dribble drive?
Well, we know they got quite a few players that can light it up, so we're not content here with the 20-point lead because we know they can light it up and get to the paint. We just got to stay in front of the ball like we have and then finish with the rebounds.
Hey, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Joe, back to you.
Thank you, Bill. And we will take a quick look at some of the highlights. Spring Lake Park started by scoring the first 10 points of the ball game. And as Bill talked about, doing a little bit of everything, scoring inside, scoring outside, had a handful of three-pointers, keeping the Cardinal defense guessing. Once the Cardinals got going, they were able to keep it a little bit closer, able to get back within about 6 or 7 midway through the first half. But the latter part of half number one belonged to Spring Lake Park again. They had a spurt there where they had 8 or 10 unanswered again and opened that lead up. And as you can see, they start with a 21-point lead at 44-23. Kirby Wymore already into double digits with 10 points, but both he and Cody DeGogo have 2 fouls each to start the second half. A couple of fouls, a couple of guys with a couple of fouls each in white as well. A couple of guys in double digits on Spring Lake Park also. Aiden Lowry and Nolan Myron each had 10 in half number one. Cody DeGogo with it for the Cardinals as we get going here in the second. Stumbled a bit, hands it off to Ekwe. He gives it to Imran Mohammed. Will give and go. Mohammed driving left hand, able to lead through and score off the glass.
Well, it's like Coach Major said during our halftime interview. They know that Coon Rapids has some kids who can attack and score the basketball. And so they've got to be wary of that in the second half, even with a 19-point lead.
A stumble by Spencer, able to stay with it off his knees, but eventually does lead to the turnover on the double dribble. And as Coach Ogoric talked about at the beginning of that halftime, is they were getting the opportunities, they just couldn't get them to fall. And that has been the story of their season. And when they had those opportunities in close, just putting too much on it.
Yeah, some of it's shot quality, some of it's just a lack of finishing. But he knows there were some points left on the table in that first half.
Wymore in the corner, working against Roach, able to find the baseline and score.
They have so many creative guards who will just kind of worm their way inside and score like that. And Wymore at 5'7" has had to learn how to score and get creative with those little push shots around the rim.
Top Cal Spencer. Wymore gets into the passing lane and gets a steal.
Have you heard, Joe, if Wymore is looking to play college basketball anywhere?
I do not know. Steps into a three-pointer, and that's in and out. Rebound by Lowry, was in a good position underneath.
Because I certainly think he's a talented, instinctive enough scorer that he could play, Division III or JUCO basketball if he wanted.
Muhammad underneath, takes a look from three-point, tried to dive baseline, feeds it through to DeGogo. Had a little trouble as somebody got a hand on the pass, but recovers. Young gets it to Wymore. Wymore looking for some room, finds it, hanging shot won't go, gets his own rebound out to DeGogo. It's blocked by Myron, and Myron is out of bounds.
Yeah, good closeout by Myron in the corner. Great hustle by Wymore to get his own rebound.
Imran Mohammed looks for room in the paint, spins back to his right, ends up in the far corner. Up top to Connor Young. He puts it on the floor, quick three with the shot clock expiring. Loose ball scooped up by Kirby, but then his pass to Ekwe was knocked away and controlled by Cal Spencer. Roach gets it back to Spencer in the front court. Just about 3 minutes into this second half. Spencer stops up, looking to pass. Ekwe got a piece, kicked it to Wymore. Wymore in transition. Not able to finish. Roach back the other way. His shot won't go. DeGogo has the rebound. He's on the run. Leaves it for Wymore. His three-pointer is good.
Coon Rapids cutting the deficit a little bit, forcing a timeout by the Panthers because they know that this Coon Rapids team can score in bunches, and they've started lighting it up here in the second half.
First 7 points out of the break over the first couple of minutes.
Wymore looks gassed, though. This is a good timeout. Good transition. DeGogo making the right pass, drawing the defense, and Wymore drilling it. He's up to 15. He's got half the Coon Rapids points tonight.
That has not been an unfamiliar position for this team this season.
Was Totino Grace probably the best team you've seen the Cardinals play?
That we've seen in person. I think that's probably the best team they've played this year.
Just size and everything.
Yeah, they were really good. And that's the thing. We've ended up just the way the Cards fell. This is our 8th game this season, so we've seen them a lot. And they drew some really tough teams on their home schedule this season. So we've seen them up against some very quality programs, and the greatest thing about this team is that regardless of the deficit they're facing, the effort level never slows.
Yeah, and that comes with experience, and the fact that you have such a senior-laden team, especially on senior night, they're not going to fold it in.
Naradin Muhammad in, extends the defense a bit. Spencer gets it into Jepson. We haven't seen him since he took the second foul early in the first half. Clearly a size advantage against Tagogo. Myron dumps it off on the other side to Lowry instead. He gets the bucket and the foul. Will go to the line for a three-point play.
Yeah, just good rim run by Aiden Lowry, diving to the basket on the dribble drive. Able to drop it off, as you can see here. Myron drawing the defense, a little bounce pass, basket cut, and just fundamental team basketball right there from Spring Lake Park.
And Tagogo called for the infraction, his third. Muhammad to Muhammad. Narodin able to score inside. Spencer hands it off. Myron looking for room, watched by Imran Mohammed. Got a piece of the ball. Tagogo comes over the top to complete the steal. He will drive at Myron. Can't get the floater to fall. The rebound for Jepson nearly caught Myron by surprise with the pass, but Myron able to control it. He gets into the front court. Crosses over into the paint, back to the left hand, and able to hit the jumper.
Soft touch. You would think he'd try to go right hand there, but he decided to go left and just had enough.
Tagogo can't shake the defense. Connor Young will give it over to Imran Mohammed. Aiden Crooks into the corner. Narodin Mohammed. Tagogo drives. Shot is just short. Jepson quickly up court. Connor Young got a piece of it. But Roach able to get control, get it to Lowry. And that is a foul against Narodin Mohammed.
Lowry claiming he was in the process of shooting, but I think it's going to be side out, as you just see how they push the ball. Good unselfishness by Roach, and then good hands by Mohammed.
He won the argument. We're shooting two.
Okay.
So
didn't look like
that's
he was
generous in my humble opinion. First one is hard off the back iron for Lowry. So they each have a dozen, he and Nolan Myron. 9 points for Cal Spencer, 7 for Nolan Roach.
Yeah, very balanced scoring. Normally it's Myron leading the way. You figure one way or another he's going to get up to 20. But normally it's Myron carrying the load offensively.
Young crosses over, kicks it back out to Narodin. His dribble tipped away. The pass maybe too far for Myron. He's able to catch up and just reverse his course, slows things down. He's got it on the left wing now. To the baseline, kicks it far side for DePoint, drives baseline, had it stripped away by Young.
The right basketball play, but I'm not sure DePoint is who you want to have it in that.
Narodin Mohammed, a solid drive for the basket.
Yeah, that was a strong take. Mohammed attacking with his favored right hand. Just a 14-point lead now.
Inside they go. Jepson turns and scores, plus the foul.
That's quite a mismatch on Connor Young at 5'10", giving up an entire foot to Jepson. I was gonna say, if they can get it down to single digits, then maybe you've got something. But old-fashioned three-point plays kill you.
Well, so far the Panthers 0 for 3 from the free throw line in this second half. And Jepson ends that streak. Completes the three-point play, pushes the lead back to 17. Still a lot of basketball to be played. Young had it tipped away out of bounds.
They need a little more scoring punch. Young has not scored yet today. Nice to see him get a little going offensively. Averages 8 a game.
Tagogo's pass goes out of bounds as Crook slipped and tripped along the baseline, and I don't know that Connor has taken more than maybe 1 or 2 shot attempts.
No, he has certainly deferred. That was unfortunate, and that Crooks was making the right play with that basket dive. He just got his feet tangled up and went over.
Pelkey up top for Welsh. High post, Melke. Myron, rather, turns and scores.
He's just got so many moves, and at 6'3", shoots the ball pretty high.
Three-pointer from Connor Young off the mark. Flying in for the rebound was Colin Welch. Cal Spencer into the front court. Directing traffic, Pelkey in the low post on that side. There's DePoint in the corner. Now to Pelkey in the post. Spinning against 2 smaller players, and he will get the foul against Kirby Wymore. That'll be his 3rd. So now Wymore and DeGogo both with 3 fouls.
Yeah, you just wonder how Wymore ended up getting switched on to Pelkey in the post. But of course, as soon as he does, Pelkey, smart player that he is, calls for it, gets it, and he gets to the line. First appearance today we've seen from the sophomore Isaiah Rainey. What have you thought of him this season?
Well, both Isaiah and Cameron have come in at different spots this season. Potential, but again, adding to that, 5'10" to 6 foot group, there's a lot of those in the red and white these days.
The Man Bun brothers.
Well, I mean, when you're a twin, you can't pull off the twin look if you have different hairdos.
That's true.
Thompson drives baseline, kicks it out to DePoint. He's able to score in the paint.
As a former man bun rocker myself, I appreciate it. And we need, they need to develop these sophomores as they're the future of the program.
Yeah, and as we talked about, a strong senior group, all 5 of their seniors regularly in the starting lineup. And doing so much for the program, not only scoring, but in so many other ways. Solid rebound and return for Sawyer Thompson underneath.
Yeah, that's what kills you, because Sawyer Thompson's just 6'1", and yet he's getting offensive rebounds and making them pay.
Coon Rapids one and done. Connor Young gets the steal on Myron.
Well read by Connor.
Imran Mohammed for 3, it's good.
That was such a good play by Connor Young. First of all, reading the outlet pass, tried to thread the needle, did Myron, and Young read it well and then made the right pass, kick to the corner, and a 3-pointer on the way.
DePoint baseline, drops it underneath. Pelkey scores easily.
DePoint just knowing where his big man is, and as soon as he had him on that short roll, he hit him.
Muhammad leans in, gets the bucket plus the foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play. His foul's going to go against Sawyer Thompson.
Yeah, it's tough too, because you trim the lead down to 14, Joe, and then all of a sudden it stretched back to 23. So if you're not getting those stops, you're just trading baskets like Coon Rapids has been doing. You're just going to end up losing by the same amount you trail, basically.
Muhammad not able to convert on the 3-point play. So the lead is 21, where it was when we started this second half. Lowry, a little pump fake, will drive against Wymore underneath. The bucket for Colin Welch.
Welch had a much bigger role for this Spring Lake Park team last year. But doesn't seem to be as impactful this year. Not getting quite as many minutes.
DeGogo felt he was fouled, instead called for the travel. Expressing his frustrations.
I think he may have had a point.
Left side, Sawyer Thompson will put it on the floor, get it to Lowry up top, hands it off there for Colin Welch. Left side, DePoint gets it low, kicked out now for Welch. Three-pointer well off the mark. DePoint, good effort to try and get it out off of Rainey, but it'll be Cardinal ball. 8:10 to go, second half.
Yeah, they have just the fact that they've basically always got 4 guards.
Three-pointer for Muhammad is going to be short. The rebound by Welch. Muhammad pokes it away, but recovered immediately by Lowry. Tried to feed it underneath. That was broken up by Jaden Ekway.
Has it sort of been point guard by committee this year, Joe, or is it usually Wymore
Well,
who's sort of running the show?
Wymore runs things. I mean, you want the ball in his hands as much as possible. He can make some absolutely filthy passes as well as creating space for himself. For a guy that size to have the ability to find space on the floor, no matter who's covering him, has been really impressive. But I mean, they can have Connor Young or Cody DeGogo take over and lead the offense down the floor just as easily.
This has turned into quite the track meet there. Good find underneath, though. The vision from Wymore.
Good little fadeaway on the baseline for Sawyer Thompson. Quick answer, and when you've got a 25-point lead, it's a lot easier to play the game. Ekway bouncing off of Pelkey, kicks it out to DeGogo. His three-pointer off the mark. Rainey is mugged, but Imran Mohammed gets the rebound and puts it back.
Going to call the foul there as well. Good strength by Mohammed. We're going to reset the shot clock.
Number 13, Adam Jepson. Number 22, Nolan Meyer. Back in the game for Cardinals, number 2, Connor Young.
DePoint inbounds to Colin Welch. He will bring it up court, watched by Connor Young. Hands off to Myron. Nolan Myron, just 4 points in this second half. He's got 14 in the game. He drives, and he's not going to add to it. Jepson misses, can't get it to fall the second time. The three-pointer by Welch wouldn't go. Myron, another offensive board, trying to get it to Jepson, and does. His turnaround won't fall. Welch had it momentarily knocked away out of bounds, and the Panthers will keep it. 12 seconds. Back to 20 seconds on the shot clock.
They're just relentless with that size. And they're going to reset it to 12.
Now they do go back to 12. Up top, back into Myron in the paint, working against the go-go. Turnaround jumper won't fall. Cody's got the rebound.
Good physical defense from Cody there. And Cardinals might be the first team to hold Myron under 20. For
and
whatever
he's
that's
going to pick up his third foul of the game. Aggressive full court pressure under 6 minutes to go, up by 23. Muhammad right on the attack, spins to his right, scores off the glass.
He can go one-on-one as well as anyone. He and Wymore. Certainly guys on this team that can create their own shot.
Myron chased by the go-go, drives to the paint, throws it up on the run, and I don't know if that's how he drew it up, but it worked just the same.
Certainly wanted the whistle. And he's looking to attack a little bit more in this second half. and getting frustrated.
Pleads his case that there should have been a foul there, and I tend to agree.
Yeah. They're letting him be physical with him.
But it's got to be a little more flagrant maybe when you're up 23.
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes now to go in the second half. Cardinals turn it back over.
Cardinals, 3 home games remaining after this one. Or excuse me, away games, I should say.
Yes.
No home games.
Correct. Myron hangs, gets the foul on Muhammad plus the basket. And he's up to 18 points. You talked about him, he pushed it a little bit. He's well aware that he's not made it to 20, and I'm sure he's also aware that he has not been held to less than 20 this season, and he doesn't want that streak to end.
No.
It's a pretty cool streak.
I'm sure broadcaster jinx.
Well, you did just say the Cardinals could be the first to hold him under 20.
That's true.
And
which factually is correct.
Wow. Cody Gogo is called for the offensive.
Wow.
Running into the hug. Okay. Well, he was there. He was closer. He had a better point of view than did I. Cody DeGogo with his 4th in the game. Jepson up top gets it to Myron. Left side, Roach drives baseline, kicks it out. Open look for Spencer, 3-pointer won't go. Connor Young has the rebound. Quickly ahead to Wymore. Wymore, stutter step. Fake, moves Roach out of the way. Rebound tipped, bounces around, finally controlled by Cal Spencer.
Wymore just, what, 5 in this second half? Can't remember what he had at halftime, but it seems like
I believe that is correct. Imran Mohammed to the front court. DeGogo. Oh, blocked from behind, but fouled by Cameron Nolan, or by Nolan Myron.
Yeah, Myron flying in from trailing the play, tried to get a block from behind. DeGogo felt it, sold it, and so he'll go to the line for 3.
Cody DeGogo to the line, mission 3.
He must be one of the leaders of the Coon Rapids track team.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember. I want to say he sprinting would make sense. He's got speed, but he might be a jumper too. 3-shot effort here.
Any of the Hoops players also play baseball?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
Sure, we'll have our share of baseball and softball broadcasts for you on CTN this summer and spring.
Cody only able to hit 1 of the 3.
Good defense.
Yeah, just got a email from new head coach Don Gowerluck reaching out to CTN and looking forward to working with him. Don, I think, was a coach of, I don't remember if he coached the Redbirds or another town ball team that we had broadcast years ago. Also, he's been, I want to say he was an assistant, or he was the head coach in Andover for a bit.
Nice pass.
He was also an assistant with Anoka. Great look, again, from Wymore to Imran Mohammed on the baseline.
Well, and smart play by Imran to dive to the basket when all the eyes were on Wyman.
Wymore, a steal along the baseline, leads the rush. DeGogo kicks it out. Young for 3 in the corner. That won't go. Jepson the rebound, stolen right back by Wymore. Oh, what a look. A look off the defense and then a bounce pass to Jaden Ekwe underneath.
Oh, he just keeps playing, and he is, like you said, such a delight to watch play. Between the legs right there on the find, so unselfish. I have to imagine he's got 7-8 assists tonight as well on senior night to go along with his 15 points.
Mohammed now leading the Cardinals with 16, leading all scorers in the game with 16, I believe. Jepson backdoor, can't finish. That was actually last touched by Jepson, but they rule it still be Spring Lake Park ball.
So you take a look at this. First of all,
he jumps the passing lane, then shakes everybody, looks the defense off, and goes, underneath Jepson's legs to Koye all alone underneath.
The hesitation dribble, everything about that play was beautiful.
Pelkey, an easy basket off inbounds.
Now, like, they're down 21 at half. It's 22 now, so they've just kind of traded baskets in the second half.
Ekwe drives, can't get the scoop to fall. Rebound by Thompson.
It's hard to dig yourself out of a first half hole when your offense hasn't been clicking.
Lowry
looks
walks
traveling.
right down the lane.
Emphasis on walks. He likes that Euro step. Maybe I did too much.
Wymore is blocked, but he's able to get it back. DeGogo's shot won't fall. Ekwe's got it, and he puts it home. Down to the final 90 seconds. Lowry on the floor, tipped away by Young, recovered by Ekwe. In traffic, able to flip it back to Connor Young, who gets into the front court. Crosses over, bumps off of Pelkey. Not able to get it to fall. Ekwe there to put it back.
Ekwe doing some damage in the second half. He's into double figures, and SLP wants a timeout, maybe to just get some players in as they substitute. I dare say it looks like Myron will be held under 20. Cold comfort, but it's a
He heads to the bench with 111.
He remains on the bench.
18 points. Both Cameron and Isaiah Rainey in the game now.
Cody DeYoung. Boy, those are identical twins if I've ever seen them.
And again, you can't pull off that look if you have different haircuts.
No, that's true.
Nearly a turnover, recovered by Welch. Three-pointer in the corner won't go. Rebound, though, right out the far side, and it'll be Coon Rapids ball. Isaiah Rainey gets it into Aiden Crooks.
Coon Rapids in an always difficult section as well.
Yeah, the prospects going to the section tournament, always a challenge. Right now, though, they're sixth place, so they don't have to take on the top team in the section, most likely. Crooks getting in a little late on Gavin Roloffs. Roloffs will go to line to shoot two.
Continue to empty the bench here with 27 seconds left.
Cooper Kruznog, Mark Anthony, Xander Gatto, Grant Haugen. Now I said all their names. You guys we got on, I think. It's the thing when you get into games like this, you have the pregame talk with the coaches, and you ask how to pronounce everybody's name on the roster. They say, yeah, we probably won't get that team. He probably won't play.
Just in case we do.
I said, yeah, no. Every time I hear that, makes me think that kid's going to end up in the ballgame. Isaiah Rainey attacking down the middle, blocked away by Herzog. Bobbled out of bounds. It'll be Cardinal ball.
Or Spring Lake Park
maybe it
basketball.
will be Spring Lake Park ball.
Looked like it was blocked out of bounds, but I'm sure they'll just dribble this one out.
Cardinals were hoping after getting their first conference win of the season last week, that they could pick up their second here tonight. A team that, while above 500, is struggling and came in, needing a win themselves. And unfortunately for Coon Rapids, is not able to keep pace. And it all comes down to that middle part of half number one, when Spring Lake Park got hot, shut the Cardinals down, and built a nice lead that they could pretty much ride the rest of the way.
Yeah, they started out with a 10-0 run, if you remember, Spring Lake Park to open the game. Cardinals able to cut it to, I believe it was 18-11. They got as close to 7 or 5. But then, like you said, Spring Lake Park, tremendous offensive efficiency, put up 44 in the first half. And the Cardinals just not good enough finishing, not good enough shot selection, and better in the second half. But at that point, the result was kind of decided. So tough way for the seniors to go out, but a lot for this senior class to be proud of in terms of effort and impact.
Well, and just the start of a busy week for us at CTN. We've got playoff hockey on Tuesday. Number 7-seeded SLPCR taking on number 2-seeded Blaine. That will premiere at midnight. Girls basketball back here on Thursday as the Cardinals host Park Center. And then we will see playoff action for basketball as much as we can to round out the remainder of the winter season. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, the Panthers 74, the Cardinals 54. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Bill Hupp, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.